Hey guys, how's it going? December 20th, 2020. Well, this is the second time I've been on because I was on at midnight. Crazy. Um, so I could see I don't know what it is with this friggin' these live streams. I was actually listening to myself on the live stream somewhere. Just I was actually listening to myself on the live. I don't know what it was exactly. Actually, I was showing some of it to Emmett this morning. Um, So what had happened was it was missing sound bites in the replay. So I assume that's missing sound bites in the live stream as well. So yeah, I can only do what I can do, unfortunately. But it is what it is. So whatever. At least I'm still creating. I'm. This has been a pretty good week. Actually, I'm going to say this has been a pretty good weekend. This has been an up and down weekend weather-wise outside. I just posted a video from last week. I did manage to get two trains on film, not on film, sorry, old on video with the drone this weekend. So they'll be going up probably later on in the week. I was experimenting with editors today. I didn't like the results. It actually took away from the quality, but it was one of those things where I just put a copyright song on it, and it ended up going at lower quality than I wanted it. But it was from a kind of a far away shot, and it wasn't a planned shot really. At lunch actually lately, I'm not flying tomorrow. I'm pretty certain I'm not flying tomorrow. Holy crap! I got exponential growth here, up to 4. That's cool. Um, Appreciate you guys all coming by. So yeah, it was like I said, hidden go weekend. I did manage there. What happens is with the drone, the number one, the temperature means everything, and so does moisture. So you get a moisture issue with too much moisture causes problems because there's really no protection. It's not waterproof. Um, so you start running in either in mist or if you start running into snow. We've had light flurries off and on or wet flurries. Now the problem is if it's below freezing and it's light flurries, I've flown a couple times now, it's been fine. I got in a situation where there was a train coming and drizzle or wet flurries that was melting because it was above zero. And when I call zero in Canada, it's 32 degrees Fahrenheit for you guys in the states. So whenever you hear I say zero, that's 32 degrees. It's the freezing mark. I'll try to use the freezing mark as opposed to the other, but anyways, oh, we're losing them like flies. That's okay. Um, Maybe they expect me I'm running a server or something. I don't know. I don't know. Uh, what I am doing is, yeah, it's changed. Um, you might be thinking, what the hell are you doing this for? I want something I can control. I want something that is a one-stop place where you can find everything that's going on about me, whether it's now it says Sean Merle RTS. That's what it's going to be. It's not going to be the former railroad transportation simulator. That is gone from what was once a concept to a reality. Of course, somebody always has to call when I'm doing a live stream. Never for me. God damn it! Pick up the phone. But thank you. Um, so it goes from a live. It goes live goes from a live stream. See, now I lost my train of thought. It went from a concept, and and this was like 8 years ago or whatever, and it turned into a reality with Run 8. So that's where RTS, and I was trying to experiment with TD3 and even concepts into TD3 as well as the last days that I ran Microsoft Train Simulator. Um, all of them were not what I expected or what I was hoping for, so it didn't happen. So, that's fine. Wow, I just got notified that I'm in a live stream. That's strange. But anyways, everything's slow right now. This is the site that's under construction. The only thing I got right now are drone images. I will add, eventually I'll go back into the, I probably won't be doing the Run 8 stuff. There's no reason for me to put anything Run 8 related on here. My Run 8 stuff is out there as far as YouTube. I'm not taking that down. You guys have I have Run 8 videos that are very popular. A lot of them are dated, quite frankly. And there's no sense me even putting something or entertaining. This is about this is the main hobby that I'm doing right now. Now, will that last? Not all I got is like a little carousel of videos here. Will that last forever? No. Especially with winter coming. And I was talking about the weather just a moment ago. Uh, Once you start getting into colder weather, the battery, you're pushing your luck when it comes to battery or length of shots or whatever. And I don't know. It's not recommended for below zero. I know I've been flying in it. It's fine, but I don't want to push my luck with it. I don't want to be flying. Number one, I don't want to be flying out in uh, real cold days, anyways. I just don't want to be doing it. Um, I certainly don't want to be flying in snowstorms or even fairly constant snowflakes. Not going to melt. I had my first on Friday. I think it was Friday. I had my first accident with the drone. I forget which image it is. I should find it. I should find it. Let's see if I can find it. I'll show you guys exclusively on this. Let me see if I can find it. It should be easy enough to find. It was around lunchtime, so let's see. What are these pictures right here? No, that wasn't that day. Nice snowy day, though. That was up at Fireman's Park on December 17th. I'm thinking December... Yeah, December 18th. Okay, here we go. Here we go. It was December 18th. 12:34. So I had a... Was this the flight? Or was it this one? Yeah. It was this one. This one I'm actually going to upload. It was a really nice, as you can see, going back to that image. That's not the greatest image actually, but the video is really nice. I will show you this one. And what happened was I was getting bored because I had flown at Queenston Heights before, and I flew basically everywhere where I could fly. And that's the problem with the scenery shots. I find you get about a kilometer, and then it's like, okay, you can fly a kilometer. Now, where I couldn't fly was over the border. So I was kind of limited there, and I'm pretty close to the border, and I'm as far back as I could get so that I could actually have some distance around. But unfortunately, I was only probably 500 meters to the border, half a kilometer, so I didn't have the range that I normally would have, nor would I want to test it. Going anywhere near that border, I am hesitant enough flying around that close to a border. Um, Customs guys, they just don't like that. So I try to stay away from it. Yes, I could see the toll booths, I could see, but I was never looking at inspections or anything like that. That wasn't my purpose. I flew over the reservoir. It was cool. So I get down and I still have some battery left, and I got a few minutes to kill. Apparently, I wanted to kill my drone too. Well, I had an incident before where I had the drone last weekend run into me and slice me up, although I'm totally healed now. Um, Thankfully, they're plastic blades. This one, exclusively for you guys, I will show you. This is what happened. I decided to put it in sport mode on the ground, and yeah. And I lost control right about here. And then I was there. I knew okay, I better stop. Nope. Then I pulled myself up in a tree. Thankfully, that well, two things. Thankfully, it was cold enough where the snow didn't melt. Had that happen, I would have been in trouble. This is still playing, by the way. My drone's still on. It's still recording. Watch this. I'm looking for the drone now. I just like I know where it went down, but I don't know exactly where it is now. There I am. So I'm looking around. I'm looking at my thing, trying to figure out where the hell it is. I walk right by it. See, I'm looking for it. I'm like, oh shit. I got this nervous look upside down on my face. I got the controller in my hand. Eventually, I hit the record button to stop. But yeah. I found it eventually. It was upside down. Took me probably between 5 and 10 minutes to find the baby. Uh, no damage from what I can tell. I don't know. I've been lucky a few times. Even today, I rushed to get a CP train. Uh, I'm glad I looked at the back of the thing because the battery compartment was open. Now the battery was lodged in. I don't know what would have happened, but the bottom line is this: with the battery compartment lodged in, if there was enough of a wind or something like that, I don't know what would happen. It was lodged in and connected, but that door is supposed to close. It's like a shuttle bay door, basically, on a Star Trek ship or whatever. So it just it opens up and it closes up and it makes it a nice aerodynamic. I imagine I would have detected that there was issues. Hopefully, there's no detector for the doors ajar, but thankfully I saw it when I went to take another look again at it, and I was like, oh shit. But yeah, I've had some close calls. I didn't have them at first. I was very careful with it, but now I'm getting a little reckless, and I got to stop doing that. I've been doing that for the past 7 days. The first was last week was when I was really starting to get reckless. I thought, and I was like, geez, flying over water is not a big deal as long as you have control and good signal. You're up above. I clear height clearance. I'm fine. I've been fine with. I know how to set my everything's fine by that. So that was good, but I enjoyed it. So. But anyways, this is the former site. Going back to what I was talking about, the whole identity crisis thing. This had been the home. This replaced another site that I was using. It's a pain in the ass to try and edit this, and it's not very user friendly. There is a forum on there, the discussion thing. They got a discuss thing now. It hasn't been used for a while. I like the idea that I can put blogs in. I like the idea that I can, do things with it. But there's a lot of other things that I can do. So this I've been trying. I will probably change something on here that will identify others. You know, I'm probably gonna delete the forums, do whatever I can to redirect people that this will be the site. I haven't done it yet. I want to get this up and going a little bit more, so I'll probably do a little bit more editing tonight, and get a basis of going. Now, when I say I'm under an identity crisis, as you can see, it says Sean Roll RTS. It does not say Railroad Transportation Simulator. That one, as far as an identity crisis goes, and this is something that, and it's not a bad thing. It's an interesting time, to say the least. I know my base. I know my base is run 8. So I reached out to Run 8. As I said at midnight last night, I had some ideas. We've actually had some pretty good conversations. But having conversations with a bunch of people who really aren't connected to the inner circle in any way or the forums that they're on really doesn't do much. We're outcasts here. And I mean, I know there's some people that have connections. And I posted this did a live stream last night about this. I've had quite a bit of response to that. Uh, Scott's being pessimistic about it. That's okay. I'm grabbing my old head again. It says, you know. So, and then I went in. Oh, that's 2:43 p.m. yesterday. Oh, no. I don't know what time that is. So I went in through I think I said this last night. I can't tell what 2:43. This is over in the UK, I think. So that would probably, well, that'd probably been, oh, okay, this is probably this morning. Yeah, I think it was this morning because I was going through this. So I came back in and I started going through the Wayback Machine. And if you guys don't know what that is, that's when you can find out a lot of things. So if somebody tells you, well, there was never a software development kit announced, yes, there was. Announced, but it was planned. As early as 2009, there was a software development kit. As a beta team member, I assure you I had no idea what this was, nor did I ask because I didn't care back then. Now I say as early as 2009, that might be, as far as I know, this would go back to, if we go back into, that's 2012. I might have mistyped that one. Okay. It had been in develop, everything had been development since 2009. So in planning stages, price free, release late summer 2013. So they're not worried about setting dates for themselves back then. It's not, it'll be ready when it's ready. They're saying release date late summer 2013. So let's go a little bit more ahead. We'll go to August 2013, see where we're at. And this is really slow. Just out of curiosity, I'm just wondering. Come on, baby. Don't let me down. You're really gonna let me down, aren't you? Okay. There we go. So we're July 17th, 2013. And future projects, you can see it just disappeared. There was never an announcement as to why. It just disappeared. Alaska Railroad was still in planning stages. Umisub still in planning stages, and they're no longer in planning stages. Seligman Sub in planning stages. So now they're talking about the A line. This is in 2013. A month earlier, the Needle Sub. And now they're working on the Cajon Sub whatsoever, but different things, different cars. Oh, wait. Well, now here's something interesting. I didn't know that. Standard developments get 40% complete. It was 40% complete. Whatever this was that was going to be presented to us was 40% complete. Well, that's interesting. I had no idea. I'm learning something new right now. Well, what does that mean? October. We're only going to September. Well, we'll see what September says. And work in progress screenshot at the Cajon Sub. So stuff's working. They're very busy doing different things, and John still has a lot of programming to do. Okay, I remember this. To be announced, John still has a lot of programming to do. Now, this is somebody who is against development. This is what he said very recently. He was against it. Now, the leadership kind of changed between him and John. There's John and Brad, I should say. At some point, they switched their roles or something. I don't know what the hell it was all about. So let's go into 2014 and see where we're at. So this will bring us to April 19th, 2014. And we'll see, eventually this disappears off the face of the earth. Nothing was ever... Now, oh, everybody was asking about this the other day. Chicago. Remember this one? Type E Studios. Apparently they were 75% complete at this time. Only, but Selkirk Yard was in progress. Good times. Trainmaker Upper. Okay, it's gone. So by spring of 2014, it was gone. Now I don't, but there must have been some kind of discussion, and that was it. So if you go into updates, run it, community. Was I still on the community pages at this time? Probably not. Who knows? Maybe. Oh, I was. Was there a press release about this at this time? Upgrades. I don't know what this was about. And you talked about the Western America Railroad Museum, stuff I don't hear about anymore. Needle Sub. Got quite the write-up for the museum. And then they want to tease us. See, back then they wanted to tease you. They didn't mind teasing you. So, and finally, as we get closer to Needle Sub release, we want to tease you with the current train line we have in store, which you... Okay, so this is the trains, and then they're showing different things going on. So you see what I mean? I mean, they got all kinds of they don't mind teasing you back then. They don't do that now. So when you get those kind of I could reply to that, but honestly, I don't care. Oops. This was the other one. So what I was doing was I was comparing the servers here. And I don't want to be talking about Run A because honestly, at this point, I mean, yes, the number of servers just went from that to... You see how it was then? Wait a minute. Did I put the wrong one in there? Yeah, that was a big one back in 2015. Oh, to where it was 2002? Oh, that was the peak. Oh, I hear. Okay. So I talked about the software development kit. Look at how many servers there were. So, and that's not even counting mine. Oh yes, it is. Sorry, I'm in the upper right-hand corner of this way. I apologize. Sometimes I was there and sometimes I wasn't. It all depended on how I was how my status with the team was. It was it was a love hate goodbye hello relationship. Um, this was before. Was this before Dams? No, I think this was after Dams. Lots of good here, including maps. You can also find multiplayer sessions announcement here as well. Um, what was I? The top one? I don't buy that. I I don't know. Quite honest. I don't think I was ever number one. I might have been at the very beginning, but American Pacific, new server, Michigan, Indiana, A line only, California, Mojave Transfer Railroad, Mojave Cajon Needles, new website about Prototypical Run 8 multiplayer sessions, server which has planned sessions occasionally, Run 8 Europe, community with public 24/7 multiplayer server. So I was running 24/7 then. Uh, as far as I know, Dams or somebody was up because Run 8 Depot filled that void real quick. So, but anyways, there was a lot to go. Uh, it is what it is. But that was then, and we know what it is now. So there's not much more I can say about that. So that's why I mean it's painful to have to move on, but what it is now, I'm trying. I've tried my best. I've swallowed my pride over on Train Sim. There's a lot of interesting discussion going on over there. So we've got Scott. Scott is same thing, pretty much supporting what I'm saying. Uh, this gentleman here saying that on that alone he would have got into Run 8, but because it didn't have the editor, that's why he didn't get into it. Sean Kelly. I don't remember seeing Sean Kelly before, but and he talks about Vern talks about the AI dispatcher and how it is a bit of a pain running the dispatcher. That's the one thing he agrees. Um, but he was also answering questions about the structured activity. And then I'm just joking around with Scott. And Seagoon, I'm just replying to him. Scott kind of took it like it was an attack. I don't think so. I think he was just saying that on one side I say this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. On the other thing, it's bad. It's a combination of good and bad, peaks and valleys. Like for me, Run 8 was the prime at the beginning of version 2 when it could support the three routes it had. It was enough to keep a good bunch of 12 people very busy. Um, so that was fine. Once you started expanding beyond that, that's when things got all hairy. So I noticed this, and I used to track this even when I had my own server. I would track what was going on other servers. People used to think that was kind of weird. Why are you worried about what's happening on other servers and all this other stuff? I did it because I was concerned of the direction where Run 8 was going, which is ultimately why I eventually got rid of I basically took the rights to my server, gave it gave the entire system and everything I had set up and handed it over to two guys who took over. And the rest was history. Honestly, I don't know what's happened to the Southeast server. The Southwest server, it still goes today, but it's I couldn't run it the way they're running it right now. And I mean they're running it, but I mean they're doing what they can, but they're expanding on every route. I saw the writing on the wall, and I saw the routes that were coming, and I saw it was just getting too much, and it wasn't fun anymore. And I gave it a go for a long time. I tried you know, limited sessions. We tried running Protolance, Scott and I. We did all kinds of things. So this is where I come into the identity crisis, because the railroad transportation simulator element was what is my quote unquote, you know, you talk about sliced bread, you can say bread or butter, although I never made a cent on this. This is my current tag on and I explained my post over there as to what was happening. And I'm saying hi, Sean. I was questioning that because I'm answering because about his quote. So in the post, and this is a very good conversation. I'm glad I posted this because, and I'm glad I swallowed my pride and just said, forget it. I'm not going to give up on Train Sim. I feel much better about doing that. Sometimes you got to swallow your pride. Believe me, you got to choose your fights. One fight, I just didn't, you know, I didn't think it was fair what happened. I, I'm not a big of this form. However, I have two options. I either put up with it and deal with it, or stand my pride and have nothing. Because if I stood my pride and did what I see done, I would have said, okay, now I have no connection. What do you do now? Bitch and complain all day? So, but the reason why I put my signature in here, just to show you here, so I've got my Twitter, my YouTube. You can see I don't have the site anymore. So I took the Railroad Transportation Simulator site off for some time. I started communicating by Twitter. I don't think ideally that's the best thing, even though Twitter is very widespread, and I do get responses from it. It's not really what I want to go through. This is for anybody to see, and I go into personal things. I go into politics, all kinds of things. I kind of do it with YouTube as well. As you can see, my YouTube title actually has RTS. I don't want to change that. This was the last Niagara thing that I have been working on. It's on hold. I haven't given up on it, but I have no answer as to when I'm going to be have the ambition to continue with it. The problem that I'm at right now is I got a drone. And once I got that drone, that became my number one priority. Now the weather's changing. What's going to happen next? So I'm starting to use editing. I'm starting to ask myself, why am I doing even YouTube half the time? I've been doing that for a while. So I asked myself, what am I actually doing? I just uploaded a video, put some sound. It wasn't the best quality. I have another idea of what I'm going to be doing. I'll probably release or do another video up and probably around at the end of this live stream or something. But um, yeah, you know, just asking myself, okay, what is it that I'm doing? And I don't know. Sometimes I don't know why I continue to do it. I do reach some people, but it's I mean, and I mean weekly views and all the other stuff. I reach a lot of people my site. So if I keep on putting content, I'm going to keep you know, I'm only going to reach more. And if you need, you know, any idea as to what's happening, this doesn't really show much. 3 consecutive viewers is really cool. Hi, Scott. Sorry. The WWF. Uh-oh. Did you hit send? Sometimes the forum, honestly, sometimes when you post something, it doesn't always go through. So I wouldn't read too much into that. But I don't know. See if you got any private messages over there. Let me see. I'm going to refresh this. Uh, I'm the last message. I'm a bunch of last. This is your French toast thing. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, WWF. Food fight. Oh, okay. Did you go to another forum, or did you didn't go to another thread, did you? I don't know. Beats me. Don't get my thread locked. You know they'll lock it. They'll lock anything I start. I'm behaving myself, Scott. Come on. Come on, Scott. I turned over a new leaf. Don't make me look bad. You know, yeah, I'm laughing when I say that too. That's why I got live. That's why I got live stream in YouTube. That. If there's one thing, the reason why I got YouTube is I can have a fun time with what's left of our community. Oh man, we're down to so few. It's happy, funny, sad, and all kinds of things in one. But here it is under construction. So I've been thinking of acronyms for RTS, like real. What the hell is it? Real train scenery or something like that. Realistic train shots. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what it would stand for. I may even leave the acronyms to people's own. Like I might explain it in the history, and then just kind of leave it at that. I've updated histories for a while. I have to update my YouTube channel again. Do a channel, like not a channel update. I do those all the time, but actually change my banner channel. Um, but I'm still under a situation right now. As the weather starts changing, that's when I'm gonna really find out. Like, well, wait a minute, hold on. To find out the hard way that suddenly I don't have the ability or willingness to want to go out and fly a drone in cold weather. Hopefully, it's going to be warm enough that I can get out a fair amount and fly the drone because I definitely want to do that. Um, you know, with all the stuff going around, I wouldn't mind traveling right now, to be quite honest, but we'll see. I mean, Christmas Day, I ain't going anywhere. Boxing Day on the Monday, who knows? I could go up. I could go up on even the Sunday, Saturday or the Sunday. Head over to Toronto, but they're in a lockdown over there. We're in a pretty much close to a lockdown here. It's kind of stupid, but what else is new? But yeah, so I don't know where to go with. That's the real thing. I My first thought was, well, this will give me a place where I can write blogs. People can see it very easily. The new stuff would go to the top. I could put links to some of the videos, and I don't know if I can do forums. This is obviously with Google Sites. I actually had a Google site. I didn't even know I had one. Apparently, I had a Run 8 RTS Google site, which may still be alive. You know, I might want to try that. I want to try that. Hold on a second here. I think it's still alive. RTS dash run 8? Run 8? No, I think it's down. I saw it though the other yes, it's earlier today when I was looking at the different no, it's not there. I think I got one of these too, but I actually saw it in the editor. So maybe I never published it. But that was kind of cool. I got a feeling what he's gonna. What do you think I'm gonna run? What do you think I'm gonna do, Quincy? You really think I'm going back to run 8? I didn't do it last year. Why didn't I do it last year? RTS post rectal trauma simulations post slice. Oh God. I've already had 2 of those this year. Oh. I already had my rectal exams, thank you. Christ. Oh man. That's crazy. I'm not gonna say nothing. Well, the that I'll probably go back into trains. That's an easy one. But I will tell you this much. And maybe I can get your expertise on this, Quincy. And we'll see. It's purple. I've been there. I'm looking at this. Actually, that's not the one that I looked at. I looked at that first, and that just threw me out. I didn't know what the pricing plans were or anything like that. But then I went into something else. So, with I think it's the developers license. If you want to try out Bing or want license or want to license Bing directly for use in your organization's applications. Oh shit. Where'd I go? Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Let's try that again. Maps or use maps in apps and experiences with low volume usage. Now, I guess we qualify as low volume. Can't use a basic key. Educational institutions and nonprofits can also benefit from this free tier, which is awesome. So, here's the other brainchild of mine. And Scott will like this one. He'll get all excited for this one. I'm good at exciting people and then pissing them off later when I don't follow through. So here's the one thing, and this is why I still keep RTS or Railroad Transportation Simulator in my brain, because I still think about this. It's not done. My question here's my big thing when it comes to where I ran into the block. Actually, my son ran into the same issue a couple months ago with trains, and we talked about it today. And he says the reason how he got through it was, and he ran into the same issue that I did, except he wasn't using Transdem data. I use Transdem to get a pretty accurate DEM profile of the Niagara region. The problem is it loses accuracy, especially when it comes to railroad beds. It doesn't get the grades proper. And I'm a stickler. Like, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to that. But not only am I a perfectionist, here's the issue. And this is where I became the issue. I could place all kinds of scenery, do all kinds of things, and just operate. I could operate without scenery, quite frankly. But the issue is when you start messing around with the heights, when you're ready to do the scenery and you start messing around with the heights, once your track starts changing, that's when you start running into problems. So your track starts changing, you start running into problems, and then you start raising, you start changing the bed. Like, say, for example, I decide on a grade. I guesstimate it. I decided on a grade. I got 5 meter grids. I decide on a grade, and then I just plump. Well, you end up screwing up the DEM. You could end up screwing up the DEM because you overestimated one way or underestimated another and didn't, whatever. And you can't go back to that, especially once you start throwing scenery on top and doing all kinds of other things. So it kind of scared me for a while, and I didn't want to. I was very indecisive on how I wanted to do that. And part of the reason why I started looking into a drone, I don't know why I thought I could do it with a drone. I knew a drone had altitude, but it didn't really have an altimeter. Um, it's it has an altimeter, but it's based on your current location. So why now I can fly over, but I really can only get I can get a 3D view because you're flying into an area, but you really can't get that low. I mean, look at what I did at Queenston Heights. I flew that low, and I mean, yeah, I'd have some more coverage, but I'll be damned if I'm going to be flying over a railway line low and then clip a canopy of trees above or some stupid thing like that, where I'm out of line of sight of the drone. You're not supposed to be out of line of sight anyways, and that's the reason. And usually I'm high enough where I know where I'm at and where I know I'm safe. In this situation, if that happened to me and I was, 1 kilometer is about mile. What is it? 100 kilometers. Okay, so it's not quite a. Is it quite a mile? No, I guess it isn't. I had to think about that for a second. Yeah, 1 kilometer is 1 kilometer. It isn't even a mile, or is it? 60 miles. Oh, okay. So wait a minute. 60 miles an hour and 100 kilometers. I'm losing my brain for a second here. So 1 kilometer is zero point 0.6 miles. That sound about right? I'm losing my brain here for a minute. Jesus, Murphy. Yeah, zero point 0.6. I was going the other way for some strange reason. So 0.6 miles. If I'm half a mile down, I can't see that damn drone. It's too small. And it just plops into the canopy. Like, So anyways, I'll show you this Bing thing. This is where I started getting into this idea. I started thinking about the APIs again. I've thought about this before. There is a flight simulator out there. I think it's a free simulator if I recall. It's not perfect. Is there an API for Flight Simulator? No, that's not the one. Web-based flight simulator. Yeah. Using global satellite images. So if you go to something like that, I'll show you. Easy. I don't know what happened there. thing doing? Keeps on wanting to, it keeps on wanting to go that way. Oh no, really? Oh, that's why. Okay, well, let's crash this thing. I gotta go down here to run this stuff, but get the mouse control. Let's just crash it. I don't know, I can't believe I'm doing a flight simulator. I want to show you this, though. Won't let me. Okay, I'm in. Alright, St. Catharines, Ontario. Here we are. That is... I can tell you where we're at right now. That's the Welland Canal on the right. I got a drone image of this. Oh, I'm trying to get all this other crap out of here. Get out of here. I don't know how to do that. So that's Martindale Pond. That's Lake Ontario up to the top. That's those red lights over there. That's Toronto. That is the QEW. That's Hamilton Airport with those red lights way up there. And you can see the hills starting to rise. That's the Niagara Escarpment. I can't believe I'm doing flight simulator, but let's go over to Niagara Falls, shall we? It's not that far away, trust me. I haven't done this in a while. Maybe this is going to be my new hobby. I'm going to be flying this in the winter when I can't fly my drone. I'll just go to Niagara Falls and I'll get out of this, I promise. How the hell? This is my identity crisis, see? Where am I again? I gotta figure out how to use all those things. So my 1-year subscription ran out. Now that's a free subscription, keep in mind. I think it's free. Now this is not Flight Simulator 2020. I'll trim these engines. Let's keep going up and down. Come on, level out. I'm not even doing anything, just keep going up and down, up and down. It's calming down now. it is here. I see that drone the other day. Actually, the video I just took was right below me. That's a QEW in 405. You may want to fly with me. Just type in St. Catharines. And I guess I'm around. I don't know. Oh, there's somebody. Somebody's around Niagara Falls. Okay, so I'm just coming up to Niagara Falls now. This is the city of Niagara Falls. Mountain Road's off to the right side there. QEW Mountain Road. I need to contact these people somehow. Maybe that's something I'll do. LBQ something or other. Why is it still sunny here? It's dark out. That's a quarry. Reservoir should be straight up ahead. Oh, I see the Niagara River. That's the United States. Oh no, that's the reservoir. I don't know why it's... I guess it's empty at the time of this image. I flew over, it was nice and full. That's Queenston Heights up ahead. Here, we'll go this way. Let's go this way. I wish I could do window shots, but that's okay. So I'm coming up to the Whirlpool. That's the old freight yard. See the falls from here now. It's off the right hand side. Now, I live in St. Catharines, so I'm familiar with this area, so I don't need a map or anything. Yeah, this is the Whirlpool. That's the Whirlpool Rapids. The power stations are off to my left. Now the graphics are really cheesy. I don't know how I don't know what server they use to get those graphics. I'd be very curious. In fact, I want to find out. But I'll get to my idea in a minute here. We'll get out of this in a second. We'll just fly by the falls here, and I'm gonna dive bomb this area here. That's a whirlpool below. I don't think I've ever flown Niagara Falls in this yet. That's the upper Niagara River. American Falls is going to be on the left. Unfortunately, no buildings, which sucks. But it's not Flight Simulator. It's something free online. What do you expect? But it's totally multiplayer. 112 people are online right now, worldwide. That's why I kind of want to get in contact with these guys and try to figure out how they did it and how much it costs for them to do it, considering that this is free. So that's the American Falls. Doesn't look anywhere near. The other one there is the bridge, is the Rainbow. Doesn't look anything like the falls. There's the Upper Rapids beyond the falls. We're just coming over the American Falls now to the left. Get right into the gorge here. And then you got a hydro station I used to work at, right to the right there. International Control Dam. If you follow the Niagara River, eventually you get to Lake Erie. Okay, enough of that. Yeah, crashed me. Well, I got a lot of interesting comments. I think it was a couple months back. Okay. I still see download content and have to... Okay, wait. So I don't know what that site was for that, but the whole point of it... Whoa. Okay, where are we at? I gotta catch up with the chat here. What, DCS? I know DCS is free. I don't know what DCS is. Was that what I was in? I don't know. I'll have to check my history. You should look into X-Plane. I used to do X-Plane, but it's not about the flying thing. I didn't do this for the planes. I want to make that perfectly clear. I like flying. I love drones. I haven't done this for the planes. Wow, I'm really behind in this. I'm into the chat right now, and I'm looking at 104.06 or something like that. But anyways, been that way for a while now. I still see download content and have to look to see if it's free. I think it was a couple months back it went free right before the new flight sim came out. It wasn't DCS that I was doing. I don't know what I was doing. What's my history say? GeoFS. Fly in your browser. So GeoFS. This has been around for a while. This has been around since the last flight simulator. Geo Flight Simulator. So GeoF is providing said it somewhere. Press space to brake, press G to raise or lower landing gear. You can change camera in the menu by pressing the C. As you gain some speed, pull gently mouse down on the stick to take off. Use the mouse as a stick. Keys 0 to 9 are also convenient to set the throttle. Use plus and minus keys to set the throttle. How to fly helicopters, how to fly Major Tom balloon, how to set the camera view, how to use the simulator's map, how to block users in the chat, how to enable a joystick, known issues, a troubleshoot, I want to report a bug, requirements, satellite images. Let's see. You can start flying anonymously with a user without a user account in GeoFS. When authentic login buttons, you will be assigned a Geo Flight Sim account that will allow you to set a call sign and chat on the multiplayer server. You can visit your account page. See, I hadn't been on it for a while, so set your call, manage block chat users, see some statistics, flight times, manage your hard drive subscription, manage your high definition subscription if you have one. Oh, okay, so there's a pay option to see it a little bit better. That's kind of cool. How to control the option bar at the bottom of the page uses the main way to interact with flight simulators. The first three menus. Autopilot. How do you use the options bar when you can't use the mouse? Oh, there is a trim, elevator trim. Okay. Hmm. I might contact these guys. Well, there we go. There's this contact form right there. The reason why this appeals to me is because I want to do a train simulator worldwide. As crazy as it sounds, just as it sounds, it appeals to me. And I mean, I've had some crazy ideas. I've had some pretty simple ideas too. The reason why I'm looking into Bing, that's the one that caught my attention. So I don't know what the hell this all means. 125,000 cumulative billable transactions. I don't know what the transactions mean. I don't know if it means you've come online and you're using a map in Bing and you're moving around all over the place. Because essentially what it would be is yard duty, except 1-to-1 scale. And I would have the speed limits, I would have the grades, I would put the grades in. Rough estimates, I guess. I don't know. Or however the hell they wanted to put it in, because really the grades would have no bearing on the real world, like altitude wouldn't matter. Because it wouldn't be 3D, it would be 2D. But it would impact the physics of the train, I guess. Maybe not right away at first. I couldn't care less about it. It's more about for me. It's more about operating the train and operating the railroad as opposed to running the trains. In fact, I would probably put in some type of AI interface and AI ability. Um, Anybody could add in their own routes of their own areas, develop develop towards a community of like-minded people, and it would definitely have AI. I can tell you that much because I personally feel it's a necessity. You don't have enough people. Look at the flight simulator. It was 113. I don't know how many people go online to run their flight simulators, but I'm looking into this. But I'll look into all options because I was just thinking of the flight simulator right now, and I thought to myself, because that's where I first got the idea, and I thought, man, that'd be kind of cool. So you see, I'm throwing these ideas around here. The mind is still very much active. The mind is still very much thinking about RTS as in its original ideas, and I just don't want to program. If I program, I want results. I want to be able to see results fairly quickly. I don't want to be sitting behind a computer coding night after night, and not getting anywhere. I don't want to be in this right now if that's what he's in right now. If that's in, I don't know how much time he's putting into it, but trust me, I feel for him. As much as I sound critical of the team, I feel for him. I wouldn't want to be in his shoes. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near his shoes right now and what they're up against. It's just, no. I just don't want to. I wouldn't want to do that. It's hard enough just building a route in trains for me. I mean, look at what I did. I mean, I ran into a block where I was just like, okay, now what do I do? My son ran into the same issue, but then he protolanced the route. He started going to protolance mode, and he just had fun with it. And it must be good to be a kid because I'll tell you, he's creating like crazy. And he's doing things, and he's developing skills that I haven't yet mastered because he doesn't have the high expectations on himself. He's not afraid to fail. He's not afraid to put himself out there. He's not afraid to try different things. Like I said, it must be good to be a kid. I have experience, so I go back to that experience. So, uh, the World Steam Edition that's free. What are you guys talking about? Flight Sim came out. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's the World Steam Edition. Too bad I paid for it. Yeah, I paid. I didn't pay for 2020, but I don't know what you guys are talking about. So, when fresh on the market, looks like I also purchased 6 download contents. What's DCS? What does it stand for? DCS. Run on Rails. Let's go with that one because I think I've heard about it. I've heard about this. Yeah. See, I've already been there. So maybe this is okay. Hang on a second. So $16 US a year. It looks cool. It's definitely 3D. A multiplayer online train driving simulator currently in beta version. You can support this project by subscribing and playing. So it's a realistic train driving simulator. You will act as train engineer and drive trains from point A to point B following railroad rules, signals, and speeds. It is a multiplayer online game. You will drive your train. Other players, blah blah blah. It is a first-person game. You will manage the train systems by touching them, just like real engineers do. It has accurate physics. Yeah, I heard about this. Train performance and motive are very close to the real thing. Streamers are based on real routes. I don't know what the real routes are. AI dispatchers and CTCs will configure turnouts and signals to route your train. Your work will be elevated and recorded in your career with a count of miles, hours, and incidents. It is multi-platform, blah blah blah. It is not a collision simulator. Collisions are not modeled, so you only get a message, blah blah blah. If you collide with a train, it is not a railroad simulator. You cannot label vehicles, administer routes, or configure industries. Your role will always be a train engineer. That's what turned it off for me. As soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, it's not for me. Because that's me. That's me right there. I put much more emphasis on the railroad simulator than the train simulator. And thus why Run 8 is the best train simulator on the planet. It doesn't accomplish a railroad simulator. It has the potential, it just hasn't been able to do it. There is nothing. The only thing that comes close to the railroad train simulator, you have to go with Freight Yard Manager. That is the closest Freight Yard Manager, is the closest railroad simulator out there. And that thing is nowhere near what I would expect out of a railroad simulator. This railroad simulator is totally lacking. It was more of a route train simulator. It was never a railroad transportation simulator. It was more of a route transportation simulator, is what I wanted to say. That's what RTS was for Run 8. It was a route transportation simulator, not a railroad. Yes, it was part of the railroad, but it didn't emphasize the railroad enough. And this goes total 180 or 360 if you want to call it. Comes right back around. Um, I'm cool with this and all that, but I'm not interested. I can tell you right now. And I did see this the other day. I had to take a look again when you mentioned it because it looks promising enough, but it's not for me, and I won't be going near it. I brought it out to I brought it out to Train Simulator. Yeah, I brought it out to Train Simulator, digital combat simulator. Oh, is that what you guys are talking about? That's cool. That'd be kind of cool, digital combat simulator. I'm not much for war, but I've always been into those games. I used to like playing around with submarines and that kind of thing. I used to have. I remember. I remember. What the hell was it? F-15 flight simulator or F-15? I don't know. It was. You'd fly an F-15 and you'd bomb and you had missiles and you had flares and I think you attacked oil fineries, and there was another game. I thought it was X Plane too. When you mentioned X Plane, I remember this one game that I used to have when I was younger, and I mean this is a while ago, long time ago. I mean definitely. Oh God, was it 30 years ago? Ah, I'm getting old. Um, but I would play this one game where you were actually in a plane and you delivered mail. You did mail runs. It was really cool. It was in the early days of the flight simulators. I know that the graphics were not too bad at the time, and it was pretty cool. My stream is like way behind. Am I even live anymore? Skip ahead to the live broadcast. Yeah, no kidding. Go live, you dingbat. I'm looking at my screen. I'm like, what the hell am I looking at? Um, yeah, train sim games are slim and yeah, Derail Valley I played around with. Scott's played around with it. Yeah, see, none of that appeals to me. The closest thing that appeals to me would be Freight Yard Manager, and it doesn't. Actually, Yard Duty, not the original Yard Duty, but the guys that took over Yard Duty. Scott, are they still around? Do you know who I'm talking about? Because they asked me about it. Yard Duty. Yard Duty became Freight Yard Manager, but then the original guys or somebody else actually went back to the old yard duty code, and this was right around the time that I got into Run 8 because they were trying and programming it. And I had to turn them down because I was already a member of the Run 8 team. And I said, I can't do it. I got too much going on or something. I know I declined them. I appreciate I was very appreciative of the offer. Let me see. Let's do a little, let's never mind this Bing crap here. Let's put this away for now. Um, and we will go into yard duty. Oh God. Well, that's gonna, yeah. Uh, okay. Yeah, that's gonna be hard to find. Uh, yard duty railroad. Yard duty railroad. Train simulator. Railroad simulator. Let's try that. Ugh. I can't find freight yard manager. See, everything goes back to freight yard sim, a rail yard simulation framework, and or yard sim. What's that? What the hell is this? Holy crap. Proceedings of the 2009 Winter Simulation Conference, 2009. Norfolk Southern. That's kind of cool. That's an interesting read. I think Yard Duty's dead. What do you think, Scott? Am I losing my mind? Am I missing out on something? Where the hell am I here? There we go. Freight yard manager, I don't want to have anything to do with. Yeah, and I can't find it on Google. Um, yeah, I know they were nasty to you, and I don't want anything to do with you. Not do with you. Sorry, do with them. At Christmas time years ago, I thought that was recently, Scott. Didn't you have an issue with them very recently? I thought. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of something else. I thought it was this year for some reason, but years ago. Yeah. So obviously I mean the reason why I pulled up the flight simulator though is I'm gonna contact them and I'm just going to touch base with them and see if they would do me a favor and let me. I would tell them what I'm into and what I want to develop and see if they would lead me to the proper resources that they use. And because it's worldwide, then perhaps that would help me basically understand what's happening. I could also then, because it's 3D, I mean, I don't think I need it 3D. I would actually use it in 2D. I don't think I need to use it in 3D. I'd have no reason to put it that way. And then just obviously that flight simulator got my attention. I would even be willing to try. I got not the this current flight simulator. I have the other one on Steam. What the hell do I have on Steam, anyways? I think I took it off, but I didn't use it very much. Here, I'll go to this. What am I on here? Do I have to go into blah? Great. I haven't used Steam in a while. That's Fort Erie at night. Got the signals in there. Jesus, Murphy. Games. Yay. Let me check out Steam. See what I got going on here. I'm gonna run this thing's probably gonna want to update because I haven't been in Steam for a while. That's that photo is on top of Oxy vinyls at night. Mm-hmm. Oh, come on. Why can't you remember my password? Am I coming in? Oh, Oh boy. Got a bunch of news. 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 What are you on? Friends network loading. Woo! Okay. Why do I have to do family view? Piss off. Um, so I have got. I do have Flight Simulator. Railroad Empire is not loaded right now. Stormworks, Stranded Deep, Subsistence, Survival. Where the hell did my Russian fishing? Am I missing this? Oh, Microsoft X. Microsoft Flight Simulator X Steam Edition. That's what I got. Last played December 31st, 2017. I only played for 14.6 hours. So yeah. And this is probably not compatible with the latest versions, correct? See, I'd have to reinstall it because I took it out. That's right. Yeah, I took it out because I'd have to reinstall it, but yeah. It's not compatible with anything else. That thing's probably left better uninstalled. I couldn't get back into it, and the funny thing is now I got better graphics, so it'd probably be better, worth a try anyways. But yeah, it is what it is. Where am I? There I am. Oh, flanker bells. Yeah. A year or so. Really? Oh, well, time flies by. The new one, forget about it. Yeah, I'm not interested in the new flight simulator. But is it compatible? So if I was to, just for shits and giggles, reinstall the flight simulator, would I be compatible with that real world? No, I know. But I got Flight Simulator X. I can fly Flight Simulator X. I should be able to. I flew it before. Yeah, I was flying X fine. It was pretty cool. In fact, I'm not going to do it tonight because I got a few other things that I want to try. But is it compatible? What I want to know is it compatible? If I fly X, which I know I can fly, am I going to be able to fly with everybody else on some other different version, the latest, newest version? It does. It uses the real world data, but I want to know, can I fly with other people because I'm on an older version? Or am I stuck with whoever is on that old version? Maybe you don't know. It's okay. It's not a break it or leave it. I could care less about the real people out there, honestly. Like X is cool. I mean, I just stopped doing it. I got into other things. It was what it was, and I used to love flight simulators when I was younger, but flying a drone is much more fun. Actually, doing that other that graphical little simulator that I was running, I did that before I got Flight Simulator X. So that was before 2017. That's hard to believe. I believe the old one still uses real world data. Yeah, I know. Okay. What are you doing? You trying to download shit on me? Get lost. I don't want Steam. I haven't used Steam in months. Might be backwards compatible. Okay. That'd be cool. Yeah. I might install if I miss flying the drone a lot. The web-based one, I'd have to go. I would have to try the HD version, but honestly, if I have Flight Simulator X, then why would I do that? Um, I think the Rail Driver, I'm going to probably I still it's kind of weird because I still just had to buy when I had my little racing simulator thing going on. That was fun while it lasted, but then it just got stupid. It's I could never get as skilled or as I didn't have the patience for it. Everybody smashes up all the damn time, and it got stupid. Um, so I and try to earn your stripes and not wreck the cars all the time. It was difficult. It's almost like playing online poker. I some of these people go all in, go all in, go all in. I'm just like, what the you don't you're going all in. You're full of shit. The one I own belongs to Dovetail Games. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. Anyways, so yeah, that's going back to the just to try to end this here. I think I'm gonna end this now. What time we got? I don't even know how many. We're an hour 33. That's good enough. I gotta save my voice for. I'm gonna be the next video I put up, which might come up later tonight, will be what I'm gonna do instead of using the editor. I'm gonna actually use narration of my voice. Plus, I'm gonna have music in the background, and I'm going to control it while playing the video at the same time, and see how that works. And if that works, great. If it doesn't, well, it is what it is. And try it that way, and yeah, see how it goes, I guess. Because I usually use a recorder. Well, that'd be interesting. How the hell am I gonna do that? Ooh, I might have to use open. I might actually have to use a different profile for this that doesn't do a monitor capture but just records audio, and I don't know if it does that. That'll be interesting. Yeah, we'll see. I haven't tried that yet because what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to plug into the audio from the music soundtrack without using an editor. Basically, I'm trying to get around using an editor. I've been uninstalling editors left and right today. I had two that were here. I don't know what this thing HitFilm Express is, exports. I don't even know what the hell that is. I'm gonna get rid of that. Get out of here. This one I think I'm done with, so I'm out of editors again. So it is what it is. But anyways, I'm gonna end this now. I got things to do. Get myself a snack and. But anyways, guys, thanks for coming out, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know with my identity. It's keep this page in mind. I will put a reminder eventually on this. I'll probably develop this a little bit more before I start making the formal announcements and changing my signatures and all that other crap. I'll probably pop over to Train Sim and rest my voice for a little bit, but see what's new over there. It's been entertaining to say the least. But anyways, blah. Okay, so it might be up tomorrow, but fix you a slice of bread. I prefer toast, but whatever. Don't go to bed on an empty stomach. Yes. I'd love to do toast, but I'm out of peanut butter. So